You know, STOL aircraft are just incredibly popular. I'm noticing a trend where pilots are buying up older aircraft that were never really intended for short field operation and modifying them. For example, here is a Super Piper Pacer that can go just about anywhere.
Hi, I'm Joe Dory. I fly a Pacer, a very highly modified Piper Pacer. It's in the experimental category. So with the Pacer, what it allows me to do is to go out and play with all my Cub buddies, the Rands guys, Kit Fox friends, and take my family with me. It's getting harder and harder to find a STOL type airplane that I can put 4 people in. Every year we take my wife and my 2 kids and go to Oshkosh in this aircraft, and then I fly in the STOL demonstrations. A STOL airplane, but it's capable of putting 4 people in it. And that's getting harder and harder to do over time.
Unless you want to spend a lot of money.
Unless you want to spend a lot of money.
How much do you have in this airplane now?
This airplane, I've got around $75,000 into it, but I've probably got 1,000 man hours into all the mods. So therein lies the money savings for me, is being able to do all this work myself and modify it to do STOL type flying. When it comes to the baseline of STOL flying, a Super Cub is what everything is compared to. This airplane, as it sets, compares extremely close to a stock Super Cub, just a bone stock 150 horse Super Cub. The Carbon Cub just is in a league of its own compared to a stock Super Cub. Every time I get in a Carbon Cub, it just makes me giggle. Starting at the front, it's got a carbon fiber spinner on it. It's got the 82-inch ground adjustable cinch-inch composite propeller, 180 horse Lycoming, Vetterman exhaust, RV from Vans aircraft style intake, including the air filter intake system. I built the cowling, kind of designed it myself and built it based upon a Piper Pacer cowling, but it's definitely modified. When we did build the airplane, we did the zero thrust line mod, so the engine, instead of being canted 4 degrees down, it's up at a 0 thrust line. 31-inch bush wheels, big double puck Cleveland wheels and brakes, 3-inch extended landing gear, the heavy-duty Univair extended gear. Okay, we talked about the double doors, but this is still the stock length fuselage. It has its limitations in performance and rudder authority, but I just learned how to adapt to it. The biggest mod on this aircraft is the wings. I've lengthened them 3 feet on each side. My flaps are 2 foot longer on each side than stock. And then the ailerons have been moved outboard 2 feet. Another big mod was changing the incidence angle from 0. A Pacer is much like a PA-12, a Piper PA-12, where the wing is on there at a 0 incidence angle. I have raised this to 2 degrees of incidence angle, much like a Super Cub. Which was a game changer. Carbon Concepts leading edge slats. We have a Piper Pawnee wingtip extension of 18 inches. The latest mod that I just finished here recently was these 2.5 inch, they're actually 3, but it extends the cord of the flap by 2.5 inch. Seems to really help this airplane. It takes off shorter and lands shorter than it did without them, for sure. Got Oratex fabric on the wings, because when we modified the incidence angle, I went back with Oratex fabric, which is fantastic. It does have PA-18 Super Cub tail feathers on it, which are 10 inches per side, longer than Pacer elevators and horizontal. Gives you a lot more elevator authority. It's got a strake on here, much like a Super Cub would have with the boundary layer STC'd VGs. That's pretty much it.
1, 2, 3, listen.
certified?
Nope. Now, that being said, I own a certified Cessna 180,
Sure.
but I love my experimentals, and I love the fact that if I want to try different brand of vortex generators, I enjoy not having to ask for the FAA's permission to do that,
Right.
you know, so.
Right. With me and my experimental airplane, I don't know, I keep telling my friends, once you go experimental, you never go back.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of tough to do that, but yet certified has, you can't make money with an experimental airplane, right?
That's exactly right.
So
now there are exemptions to that. If you can take a full-blown experimental airplane and get a waiver from the FAA to do certain things, you know, whether it be flight instruction or certain things that you can make money. You're very limited, but it's mostly flight instruction.
You know, I almost bought a Pacer, Joe, and I could not get used to the rudder positioning.
Yeah.
It's really, if you got long legs,
Yep.
a Pacer is not that friendly of an airplane for you.
And luckily, I'm super short-legged and very tall from the waist up.
Okay.
And so a Pacer works for me, you know. But you're right, they are limited on leg room.
On a personal note, I've known Joe for probably 6 or 7 years. He is a pilot's pilot. This man has 20,000 hours of flying time, 15,000 hours at or below 500 feet AGL. So when Joe says, hey, I've got a tip for you, boy, I'll tell you what, I stop, I listen, and I pay close attention.
Okay, just for giggles, guys, I'm going to go out here and drag this strip and show it to rolling real quick. So just bear with me, kind of give me some room. I'm going to turn around and turn left here and go back inbound here in just a second. You guys will see a white marker right here. That's your touchdown area right there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and it's got a good go around as well. That's a cool place.
Biggest thing that I find in off-field or off-airport landing is hitting your airspeed and hitting your touchdown spot every time on speed, right? If I'm 5 miles an hour fast or 3 miles an hour fast, I'm going to overshoot by 40, 50 feet. And that just takes a repetition of lots of practice. You can go out and buy every mod in the world, but it may not help you hit that spot. It's that practice that helps you hit that spot.
And how many hours do you think it takes for somebody? Is it hours, or is it a level of confidence?
You know, that's an excellent question. It's a combination of several things. One being skill level. You know, there's guys with 300 hours that are highly skilled, and there's guys out there with 5,000 hours that don't have that skill level and the understanding of off-airport and short field type landings.
If I have to ask myself, can I do that? Chances are I'm not ready to do it.
100%. I would say start out on the easy stuff and just get white hot at it, get very good at it, hitting your spot every time. Land on a beach, land on a gravel bar, and then start shortening it up from there. I've flown with 10,000 hour airline guys that can't hit a spot for nothing, right? But that's not where their expertise lies, you know, so it's really an investment in time.
At the time I shot that video, Joe's airplane still had the 160 horsepower engine. He has since installed that 180 horsepower Lycoming. Once again, it's a game changer. Hey, if you like this video, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification button. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Adios, amigos. We'll see you soon.